All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Josh here again. We're in the garage today, hanging out. We got the bike outside. We're going to give it a quick wash, and then we're going to get that Carbon2race front fender installed and that little mirror bracket from the accident. So I got a little video coming out too that's going to have my little recap of that accident and some what I learned from it. So, but first thing, we're going to get that bike washed up. And then we're going to bring it back in the garage here. We'll get that front fender installed, change that mirror bracket, and we'll go from there. So, all right, guys, we're going to get set up and we're going to do all that. Alright guys, she ain't perfect, but she's done. Alright guys, so we're back in the garage now. We got the bike up on its center, on the paddock stand now, so we can get to work on it. Give you guys a quick look. That's what's left of my fender after my accident. You can see this whole front section here was broken off. I mean, luckily for me that the rest of the fender, where the hoses and stuff, the brake lines and stuff connect, it stayed intact. So I've been able to ride the bike, but we get a little rain down here in South Florida, so it does splash the front and everything like that, and get on you a little bit. So what we're going to replace it with here is, since Yamaha took forever to get me one, we're going to replace it with this beautiful Carbon2race 2 carbon fiber replacement. It was a little more expensive than the stock one, but I think when you break something, upgrade it, right? So here we are. This is what we're going to put on there today. It comes with the fender. There's some washers here. I'm not sure what they are. And then there's a envelope here. We're going to pop that open. I think that there's some probably some Carbon2race 2 stickers and things in there. Yeah. So this is full of goodies, right? So let's see what they got in here for us. Here we're going to pull it open. Oh, it's an invoice. Oh, yeah. Look, a big sticker pack here. So I'm going to look through everything here to see if there are some instructions, because I'd hate to start to put this in and miss a washer or something like that. I mean, I don't know what those little white washers are for, but we'll find out. And of course, stickers get added to your garage, right? They get all over the place here. I got all my Jeep stickers up there and different brands there, and they go on the toolbox, right? Dress it all up there. So we're gonna get set up and get the tools we need to get this fender installed, and we'll be right back. All right, everybody. So I got my tools here. It looks like it's as simple as there's two Allen screws on this side, two more on the other side. They look like 5mm, and then I got my little golden plastic paddles here to try to pop these rubber pieces out of the old fender. So I think I'm going to try to do that while it's still connected first. So I'm going to use these little little plastic spatulas here to get that out, and then we'll get into putting a new one on. So gonna do that, and we'll get going here. So. And by the way, guys, if you don't have these plastic tools like this, man, go to Harbor Freight, spend the $6 or $8 on a package of them, because for years I used screwdrivers and stuff to do this kind of stuff, and all it did was mark stuff up or break plastics and stuff like that. So these things are great, and they don't really, they don't damage anything either, which is the best part. You're trying not to mark stuff up, and you'll see here, even, I'm not being real gentle here, and I to try to pop these rubber boots out, and I'm not even marking up the old fender here. So not that I care about the old one, but so let's get these popped out, and then we'll get those bolts out. All right, so that should do it for those. And now it's time to pop these out here. By the way, guys, afterwards I'm going to probably drop in a picture here to show you my crazy ladder tripod that I have set up here, but it does work. I mean, I got it, I used a clamp that I had with my GoPro and just used the ladder as my tripod there to keep things, so we get these angles and shots here. So alright, so we got those out. Let's see about, should probably just come, looks like it's got to go up first. Oh, alright. So be careful, guys. Looks like there's some metal spacers in there that we're probably going to have to reuse. So let's make sure we don't lose those. So I'm going to pop those out now before they go missing. Looks like there's 4 total, so make sure we keep those. Alright, so we got those. Now let's see about getting these hoses out of the way. Alright. Alright, good. As simple as I thought it would be. But you can see here, guys, I use these, I use this plastic fork here to get these out, and look at that. It didn't mark it up or nothing. Now, I know this is trash, but, if I was taking this off to do a repair on something else, I wouldn't want to mark this up, and, it didn't make any marks on it at all. So that's pretty good here. So we're going to, we'll grab that carbon fender and get it bolted up, and then pop these hoses back in. It should be done. Give it a good wipe down. Alright, so be gentle here so we don't mark up this new part here. Get to squeeze in there. Alright, that's going to look good here. Alright, that went in there a little easier than I thought it would. So we'll get the bolts started, and then we'll pop those hoses back in, and we'll get a good overview, a good look at it from a distance. I'll probably take a couple snapshots too, guys, just to throw it and snap it in the video so we get a good look at it, once it's in there. So, all right, we got our little spacers here. We're gonna slide those in. A little bit tight fit here, so hopefully they don't. I might have to just drill those out a little bit. Let's see. So the bottom one there's a little tight fit, Pop in here without too much effort. All right, so that's a little tight fit on that side. Let's see about this side here. Now that side slides right in. Okay, and that side's gonna go in, looks like. All right, guys, so I just gotta grab a drill bit. Just gonna ream that just a little bit. So the bottom hole on this side here is a little bit too tight, so we're just gonna just ream that out just a little bit here with this drill bit here to shoot the edges over here to cut that just a hair. But custom parts, you're expecting to have a little bit of a problem here. So but we'll get it. You know, we'll get it right. Make sure it goes in there. So actually, just a slightly bigger bit. You know, this is a little trick, right? Use a drill bit because then you get a nice round hole instead of a file or something that might mark things up a little bit where you don't want it to. So sometimes just a little bit of a drill bit the right size can be a hand tool, and it doesn't necessarily have to go inside your drill to make it to be handy. So. Almost there. Alright, so we just got the bolt here, we're getting it lined up. We're going to get it started on this side, and then we'll switch to the other side. Of course, I can't see the whole wall, so just kind of playing a little game of where is it? Here, so. Alright, so that one's in. We'll start this next one now. Definitely not an easy fit here to get these in there. So, but not impossible either. Just have to play with it a little bit and get things lined up, and be good to go. So. Load it up now and started. Still need to just let's get to that other side. Alright, so same thing on this side, guys. I think I gotta get this top hole just a little bit greened out. Alright, should be pretty good now. Get our spacer in there. Yeah, it's gonna pop right in there now. Still needs just a hair more opened up on that hole. Alright, that should be good enough. Once we start to tighten it down, it should pop right in. So now we're going to just get this side lined up. Start it here. I'm just trying to find the hole here, guys. It's also hanging up on the brake lines a little bit, so it's not the easiest thing to line up here, but we'll get it. Alright. So that one's lined in here now. Let's get it started. Alright, I'm leaving all these loose, guys, just until I can get the hoses lined up and everything else, and then we'll tighten them down. So. Alright, so lined up now. Bolts are lined up now. We're gonna pop these hoses back in, so they're out of the way. Oh, that one don't look like it fits too tight, does it? I'm gonna have to muscle with that a little bit. Guys, I think that's what those rings are gonna be for, to put on the other side of that to hold those in. So we're gonna grab those little white washers and that black washer here. We're gonna snap those on. So we'll be right back. All right, so let's see if we can reach up in here. Yep, that's exactly what they're for, guys. You snap right on and hold the hose right in place here. So we're gonna do our best here to get these pushed on, and I should have to pull this one back a little bit just to get my finger up in there. Oh, taking a little longer than I expected. Not possible to reach up in here. Let's see here. Of course, I probably should have just taken the hoses off, taken the clips off the hoses, and then snapped all those in, which I might have to do, guys. So I might have to take this back off again. We'll find out in a minute here. But if I can't reach that middle one up under the tire, we're going to have to pull it off. Yeah, we're going to take those bolts out, guys. So, well, like anything, right? Take it on, put it off. Take it on, put it off. So we're going to pop these bolts back out so I can reach up in there and snap this last washer on here. So, be able to manipulate this fender up out of the way enough to get my hand up in there. Turn this here a little so I can reach it easier. Oh yeah, reach right up in there now. Just enough room. And then snap that on. Alright. Alright, so that wasn't too bad, guys. I was able to get those clipped on. Hoses are in place. Little washers worked like they were supposed to. Now we'll get her bolted back up here. So a couple minutes and then we'll be done with this part of it here. So it's like anything else. When you're wrenching, you gotta takes time to get your fingers and holes and everything in the right place, line everything up. And of course, if I had a lift and stuff, my life would be simpler too. But no room in the garage at this time to put in a motorcycle lift. So someday though, I'll make the move and get one of those Harbor Freight lifts. I think for the garage. Guys seem to like them. They work out pretty well. So, all right, got it started on that side, guys. We're gonna head to the other side and repeat the process. One in. Let's get this bottom one in. Oh, got that one a little too tight. Not enough room for me to finagle this next one in there. Spacer. Bolt in there. Alright, we'll get this tightened up now. Alright. That's one. Two, getting tight. Get the other side. Alright. That's one. Just a little quarter turn here. Okay. And here's two. Alright guys, I think she looks pretty good. I'm going to grab the camera here and move the ladder out of there and give you a quick look at it here. So, I don't know about you guys, but I think that looks pretty sharp. You know, nice carbon fiber upgrade, definitely better than the broken one. And you know, I'll tell you what, Carbon2race looks like a good quality product. I mean, it's a nice looking fender. Fits pretty damn close to stock, and pretty happy with it. So, We got that installed. We're going to do that little mirror bracket here. I'm going to show you a little trick I like to do for that, and then we'll wrap this video up. Thanks, guys. Alright guys, you can see here, this is my mirror bracket that I JB welded and stuff like that. And here's my tip when we're changing these, right? So I don't know if you guys can see this, but if you look here, you can see where the split is in the, right here where the pencil tip is, where the split is in the, between the bracket and the master cylinder. What I like to do is I like to put a little pencil line right here, you can see the one, and then just put a little mark like this here. The reason I do that, guys, is that little pencil mark right there, and I hope you can see it on the camera. If you can't, though, that's going to tell me where my lever and everything is positioned now, right? So I'll be able to see where this lever is currently, and then that way when I go to put it back on, I take the bracket up, and even if it falls away, I don't have to guess and kind of play with the adjustment or anything like that. It'll still be right where I like it for my grip and things like that. So just a little tip there, you know, let's put a little pencil mark on the side in there, and then also out like that. And if you have, listen, I know chrome bars, and if you guys don't have bars like mine that are black that you can write on, grab a little piece of masking tape, put it right there, and then draw your little tick mark, you know, a little line there, a little tick mark where the split is. That way when you go to put it back on, you line it right up. So we're going to get the camera set up, and we'll swap that out real quick. Alright guys, simplest install ever, right? I got my 8mm sockets, 2 bolts. Here's that new mirror bracket. I'm going to put that on the seat for now so I don't scratch nothing. Pop these 2 bolts out, get the mirror off. Oh, you know, forgot about the mirror. Let me go grab a wrench for the mirror. I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back with the tools we need. We got to pop this mirror off first so it's out of the way. Then we'll change the bracket, put the mirror back on. We'll be done. So, these are right-handed threads. So you got to go the opposite of what you would think to get it out. So in this case, it's righty-loosey. So we're going to pop this mirror off. I'm going to put that over here out of the way. We got our 8mm ratchet here, so we're going to just pop this off. Oh, wrong way. That's the right way the first time. So it's just these 2 bolts. But see now, guys, as soon as I was loosening that, right, I would have lost where my grips were, or my thing was, and have to play with that for, you know, figuring it out, adjusting it up and down. Because I have that mark there, I know right where it is. So we're going to pull these bolts out. And you can see, I'm going to give you a quick comparison to the new one here. You can see here, here's the new one, and here's the one that I JB welded the crap out of. And honestly, you know, JB weld's holding up pretty good. I'm going to throw this in the spare parts bucket just in case I need it. Alright, so we get our lever back up here. We're going to go by our tick mark. And we're going to get this top one in first. Get it started. Alright, so that one's started. Grab our bottom one. Get that one started. And again, guys, here's where that pencil mark comes into play. Right now, I can just take this bar, I can move it right where I had it. You know what I mean? And I can say, okay, tighten that down now. And now it's basically back in the exact same position it was before I took it off. We'll get my little ratchet here, and we'll make sure we don't move it. We'll tighten it down. Alright, so that's done. Now we'll do our little, get our mirror back in, get a little spin here. Okay, it's a little too far. Yeah, I can do that. I still have to back it out here. And then we will get this to go down so we can lock this mirror in place here with that lock nut here. So we get it lined up where I usually like them, and lock that in place there. So I usually put them just a little ahead of my grips there. So, and then just give that a little tightening down here. All right, that should do it, guys. So I think we're in good shape now. We got our mirror line back up there. Yeah, of course I got to sit on the bike and mess with it a little bit. It's a little bit further back, I think, so I'm gonna just keep that a little bit. There we go. Give that a little torque here, and of course I just knocked the whole mirror loose, so I gotta get a little tight in here, flip it right around. All right, there we go. That's probably pretty good. But we'll get on the bike and we'll adjust that again. So that's it, guys. New mirror bracket, the new carbon fiber front fender. I'm going to take some pictures of the front fender and insert them into the video so you get some still shots of it. Also be some pictures of it on my Instagram. And then we'll go from there, guys. So yeah, that's it for now. And we'll see you on the next one.